behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there, it's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great interview coming up in just a moment. But before we begin, don't forget about that subscribe and bell buttons below you there, and that'll help notify you of any new episodes coming your way. And as always, you can leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And pay attention to the description part as well as the closing credits, because we'll have some contact info for you there. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Today we have Helena Mace from London, England. She's a very awesome artist. I think you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from Caden Gordon. Don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from London, England, we have Helena Mace with us today. Thanks for joining us, Helena.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, how did it all begin as far as you go, as far as being an artist? I mean, I'm sure you grew up in a musical family, or maybe you just kind of decided to do it later on in life. I mean, everyone has their own story. Go ahead and tell us your story.
I do. I started off very young. Yeah, my father is a musician and songwriter. So from a very young age, I was kind of taken around clubs and venues when my dad was gigging. So it was very much part of my household. He still plays now, my dad. He's not in a band anymore, but he's a songwriter. So I think it was always there. And I used to do a lot of shows when I was younger, just in musical theatre, that kind of thing. And then I started writing my own songs in the last 20 years. But in the last 10 years, I've written, well, I'm on my eighth studio album. So it's sort of been going on for a very long time.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have a great career so far. I hope you'll have many years ahead of you there, Helena.
So do I.
Well, I'm sure you had a lot of artists that really inspired you when you were growing up. Why don't you name some of them? I'm sure some of the legends come to mind, though.
Of course, yeah. Well, from growing up, I mean, anyone such as Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, that kind of thing. I was very much into that sort of music, melodic kind of country, folk, rock, that kind of thing. So I was brought up on that. John Denver. I loved a bit of John Denver when I was very young. So I like a lot of different types of music, but I was very steered towards country and rock and folk kind of type music. So I mean, there's so much to choose from, isn't there? But I would say they're definitely my favorites.
Yeah, those are definitely good bands. You know, like you mentioned, the Eagles, Dolly Parton, John Denver. You know, really great artists. Well, people might want to learn more about you. Tell us how they can do that. I'm sure you have an official website, maybe you're on streaming media and social media. But anyway, tell them all about that.
Yes, my website is helenamace.com. And you can find me on all social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Helena Mace, YouTube. I have a band as well called Rum Soaked, a covers band, but they're also my backing band for my original music. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, all good download sites. I've got 7 albums out at the moment, and I've got one coming next summer. So I've been working hard on that, and I tour locally. I came back from Texas last year, where we won Band of the Year out there in the CMAs. Yeah, I try and get around where I can. And I've just came back from Holland last month, where I won Musician of the Year. So I've got a lot of stuff on my information on my sites. So if anyone wants to come and say hello or buy a CD or anything, I'll be more than grateful.
Okay, well, check them out on all those streaming sites, social media sites, and go to helenalake.com and Mace, excuse me, helenamace.com. And I'm sure there'll be concert information there too, so you can check them out at a place near you.
Yes.
And we have the song called "The Lake," and very good song, by the way. Is there a story behind it, or is it pretty much self-explanatory?
There is actually a story behind it. I went to Caddo Lake in Texas back in October last year, and it was inspired by my journey there. And we went out on a boat trip. and it was a very unusual lake, as you might know, but it was fantastic, and it just very much inspired me to write a song. So it is literally about Lake Caddo in Texas.
Okay, well, as I said, it's a great song, and as always, I know you guys are going to love this song, and we're going to get to that video in just a moment. But before we do, Helena, thank you so much for coming today. We'd love to have you back again sometime if you have anything new to plug for us.
I would love to. That'd be lovely. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, The Lake by Helena Mace. It begins right now.